yourself, give thanks for health and drink a liquor rum. Mama, I don't care. If you catch me getting and bad daddy, I don't care. If I put your foot in the air, mama, I don't care. If you catch me walking a girl because I bet in tonight, mama, I don't care. If you catch me getting and bad daddy, I don't care. If I put your foot in the air, mama, I don't care. If you catch me walking a girl because I bet in tonight, yeah. We can do this, we can do this. We can do this, we can do this. We can do this all night, party till the morning light. Jump in the middle and jump, bump in the middle and jump. We can do this all night, party till the morning light. Jump in the middle and jump, bump in the middle and jump. 40 days, 40 nights, time for the carnival, time for the bacchanal. Grab a girl.
Body, 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 body. Hey, a long time I ain't said this, yeah, man, and I feel like this is the night I'm supposed to be saying it. Bell, 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 bell. Share this show. Yeah, as we go, we continue to grow. The topics is the way to go. Special good evening to each and everybody. As I said, don't mind the loose talk right now, but share this show. Right now is about sharing the show right now. Share the show. Let it build, let it build. Otherwise than that, you don't know it's your boy, YouTube, China Wallen, Jason, whatever. Alongside your boy Alan Powell. We out here without fear. And we had certain topics we wanted to talk about, but unfortunately it has been overturned. So with that being said, Alan, how's your weekend?
Um, my weekend was good. Regular thing. Watch a little basketball, fighting. We had pay-per-view this weekend, so it was intense fighting and them kind of thing. Oh, you know what's happened this weekend? For the first time in
What else?
about long time, I went to play some cricket. So my body in a little pain, you check. But I'll be win the
Mm,
game. Yeah. Yeah. I
Tanya,
go
take it
play.
easy, Tanya. Take it easy in the comments. You understand me? Bell, share the show, share the live. You know what I mean? Let it build too. You understand me? We want a good portion too. You know what I mean? Right now, I grudge right now. No, you see? Me got me hate a black cousin of politics all in me eye right now. Yeah, and that's what I keep right now. Cause people were saying nothing keeping, things skipping right now. Yeah. Share the show, man, you know? Continue to talk, Alan. What about the
Well,
weekend, you say, you know?
no, I tell you, I went to play a little cricket over VOJ. It was my first time over VOJ. Get a nice little dough over there. Yeah, we win the game. It was nice. You already know. I thought you would have start with this. I don't know. I don't know how you failed to do this, but remember Sunday was Mother's Day, so you should have done
Yeah.
start off this by giving our belated Mother's Day greetings to all the mothers out there. You understand? 'Cause you make
Well,
people
that's
mothers. You go ahead and do what you have to do.
You see what happened, right? Yeah, so remember we both a team, two heads are better than one. So thanks for the reminder, right? Yeah. You check it out. I don't want to say happy belated Mother's Day. You know what I mean? And today is a day. Yeah, competition in here tonight. Turn up quick. Everybody will tell me turn up quick. You know what I mean? Everything is a pace, man, because we don't want to die it out. In a matter of the competition, is either you loyal or not. It's plain and simple. Because everybody's transpiring the message different. He go that person or whoever gonna bring past the message is different for ours, you know what I mean? We have real content. You check? But back to the mothers. You guys, I love you. Women are born leaders, as I usually say. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So happy belated Mother's Day to each mom and some of the mothers count them too. You check it out because so although we can't do without them too because that's what we call them, what we have to call them too. And we rolling.
Wait,
And we
hold
rolling.
on. we're not done with the mothers them yet because the mothers them actually was gonna take me into politics. You understand? Because what
Of
happened
course.
is there was two mothers the events. NRP had an event and CCM had an event. And both
Mm-hmm.
events that I heard about were successful. You check it out. I pass
Yes.
well me ain't pass by the NRP one. But I passed by the beach on the way home from the game and he had a lot of people down by Malcolm Gishard Park. And I also hearing he had a lot of people who went over by the NRP event. And the kind of politics what I had want to say. Because I remember I went on the show, I think it was Real Talk. And I had said
Yes.
whoever win the election, I gang go take a drink. For sure. You check it out.
Yes.
And people been feel like, you're talking them kind of thing, but if you see me, I drink 2 Guinness and I would encourage people, listen, when these people got things, I drink, I don't see what's the beef. Nobody gonna fight you. And this is not what we're trying to build. This thing supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to go by them. If they, and them I say they got drinks and food and thing, no problem. Nothing in
Mm-hmm.
that. You will not be attacked. You check it out. For my part, I would go to both. When you got meetings, I like how no, I know meetings coming up. I gonna be in an area which part I go hear. Both meeting, I want to hear what both sides say, and then I can still be watching it on YouTube. And that also into um people might be watch this thing with competition. If you have time, I feel like you should gather as much information as possible. And we're gonna be giving you our interpretation of the events as we see them. But there's a lot of things going on. I could tell you my
Of
ear to
course.
the ground. So I hearing all kind of things from this side and the other. I got to be able to
Of course.
put it to we gonna just give you a kind of unfiltered approach and also incorporating all the different information that is out there because
Of course.
everybody looking at this thing as how this party gonna win this election and how this party. I'm telling you, this thing gonna come down to a story. That's all this thing gonna come down to. We don't know. We already see the beginning of the story that the premier is going to have. Let me get the way that team. Unity is the way to go. And we back on track. Nothing wrong. This thing is gonna come down. A man asked me a story today about how NRP going. I may say, "But you realize Obama went off a hope and change? That
Mm-hmm.
no, you're gonna build things around that. But your foundation is hope. Your foundation is change. You got to got something that is going to capture the masses. It could be stability. I don't know. That's for them to tell. You check it
Of
out.
course.
It's gonna come down to fundamental narratives that people gonna put out there. Now is the time when you're gonna hear everybody like. And this is a thing where me not really understand how it does get to people. So Jason, like me a play cricket, right? If me a play in an Antigua and me bounce up on an Antigua man regularly, we get
Yeah.
ready to play Antigua. He supposed to talk
Mm-hmm.
to me like I said, me a go do good against Antigua? Me- So he meet me and he said, "Bah, yeah, you gonna make a night tomorrow." Me supposed to feel bad and go back and tell people, "Bah, you ain't here." That man said, and me only said that to say, you have
Mm-hmm.
people, within political parties who they would hear something from the opposition and them go back and them say, "Boy, I wanna hear this, this, and that." What the opposition is supposed to say. You understand? And that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
the opposition is always gonna say, "Buy me fish out here." I went out on good fishing grounds and I come back and look on me catch you now. You check and you go get this, this and that, and it always gonna be the best fish. All what me try to tell you is a lot of story going around right now. tune in and try to figure out what is the real aspect of what is going on. Of course.
Well, I gonna tell you this right now. Navy's election gonna be the most tiredest election ever. Because a lot wait, because remember the campaign was local, and the table just turned a while ago. The tables just turned a while ago.
Yes,
So
and
it seems like there's a double bubble. You understand me? And one the bubble had to bust.
definitely. And listen, this is not going to be just interesting for CCM, because really and truly, for my part, CCM is in a better position for this result if you're talking about local election, because CCM at least has been inside, so them no direct we not get nothing for 7 years, and them no direct, well, we moving in this direction to get more power. You check it out. So them know
Hmm.
that this, from my understanding, you see, NRP had released federal candidates because, as you said, it's local election they was getting ready for. See
Yep.
what, and I only say that to say you could see, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying one of the advantages of when you're saying these are your direct candidates and they could run both federal and local, then you don't have to have, then you not get caught off guard. Because in a sense
True.
now, NRP now got to go tell me, well, who is the federal candidate.
Yeah.
Right now immediately. I mean, I see a picture of a recently updated something with NRP, and I see 5 candidates, but is local. We are gonna get ready
True.
right now. Right now, the most pressing thing on the table, all of a sudden, is federal. None of me not think about that going into this year. We was always thinking about local. Maybe this year.
And I wonder why we thinking federal now. I wonder why.
You have a reason?
Hmm. Maybe Master Control maybe would have something to share with us. I'm not sure. Are you ready for that? Cause I want to take off these shades, and I mean I want to let out these politicians out my eye. Drink some water, you hear that, Boss? If you're just tuning in, continue to share the show. You know what I mean? We reach for our cars, not for our pars. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I just want to shout out to Tanya and much people. Loretta, you don't know, and Humble Paris, Iona, etc., etc. And we here without fear.
Okay. Um, Before Master Control, until Master Control pull up the thing. What had really want to talk about today, Jason, really and truly, was
Yes.
you hearing a lot of people talking about convention, and that there is a convention that the ministers must resign before they table the motion of no confidence, and that the motion of no confidence is defective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, let me say this. This is not legal advice. This is just my opinion. But I mean, the background and so. But still, I'm just saying, I don't see anything that would say that they had to resign. But I understand the convention thing. And when I hearing about the convention, okay, let me break it down to a simple understanding. So let me talk about in the street. In the
Mm-hmm.
street, if you are if you deal with badness, you can't snitch. Cause you is a street man. You got to
Of
deal with
course.
that. If you involved with that, you ain't gonna be in the street. That's a street convention. You understand?
Yes.
What they're saying now within parliament now, when you look at this, if you are, and that's how come, like as I say, I replay back to Mark's speech, and you hear him speaking about honorable man, and honorable man would do this and do that. He was already kind of trying to get this convention thing within the year. It was
Yes.
already kind of being put forth there to say, if you're honorable, you're gonna do this, at least you're gonna move out of the way. You understand? That was his speech.
Hmm.
When you're looking at this thing, I was looking at a provision in the Constitution, and it was saying, by Master Control, that a lot of work to do right now. Anyway, he know what he got to do. But the same section that
Yes.
speak about the removal, we're talking about section 56. No,
Yes.
56.6 say, of course, the Governor General could remove the Prime Minister if there's a motion of no confidence. When you go down to 9 say every minister except the Prime Minister could be removed if. And then when it comes down to B, he said if there is a motion of no confidence against the Prime Minister. And the reason why make me read that, and the reason why make me say that now, and I'm not trying to tell you this are exactly, but the regular interpretation of that, and it would go along with the convention, is that if a Prime Minister is removed by a motion of no confidence, all the rest minister them got to go. And what I see by that is like, as I'm saying, like the other ministers, the ministers who were fired today, by the letter that they said sent to the Governor General, they wanted they wanted Tim to move by convention, in a sense, by saying step aside. But if you're gonna step aside via the motion of no confidence, by convention, them man really and truly should have step aside. Really and truly, what me I say? This thing could have only end up in an election. That's the only way this thing could have end up, in an election. And I want to go a little further too, because I think I read something that the Premier wrote, and he's saying that people think they were crazy to trust him, crazy to give him the power. Is more than crazy. It's stupid too. And we got to talk about certain other things what he talk about too, because he putting up things and he's saying like, so you're saying the Governor General hear from 6 ministers that they don't approve of the Prime Minister, but they hear from one and he go fire him. But that's what the Constitution say. How he going on like he ain't know what the Constitution say? All of a sudden.
But it's the same thing I was saying too, because like he a man of the books, you understand me? Always be happen. These West suckers them who following the man ain't doing no reading neither. So he
And,
know who ain't doing no reading. No?
that's the thing, because it come back to is a thing just so that if you read it and you just watching the numbers, you're gonna watch it and you're gonna say, but six more than one. How come six now get through? It's a democracy. But he know the Constitution. They are, listen, really and truly, right? The fundamental problem of the Premier is like two things: execution as far as projects. But you remember last week I tell you, I asked the Premier some
Yeah.
questions, and the Premier answered some of my questions, and I was like, bye, I'm satisfied. He would genuinely, sometimes he would just say like he was not aware, and that's fair. But he had certain questions where I asked the premier, which now was like a question to understand, like, if you had the power, how would you use it to make the place better? You understand? Now, in these instances, and this is the bullshit where the premier would hide behind. This is when I'm talking about bureaucracy. You might ask him a question,
Yeah.
and he would say, "Well, according to the law, this is the power that I have, and so I am just going to go according to the law." But really and truly, when you're asking him the question, what you're asking him, like, okay, when we're asking him about, do you think that you should have two jobs? Do you think you should be in the federal ministry and also in a local minister? He will give you the standard answer. There is nothing stopping me from doing it, so I will do it. No, the question is not whether or not there is anything stopping you, you know. The question is a question of consciousness. The question is a question of solving to masters. The question is a question of dedication. If you could give your all to Nevis, while also having this other job where you also got to give peace somewhere else. Is it
Yes.
reasonable? You understand? So ain't a question where no, I need you to just tell me, well, the last I could do it. So I'm gonna do it. Because then no, I'm not really getting the essence. Because really and truly you're telling me as a man, well, if I could get you, I gonna do it. The last time I could do it, I'm gonna do it. But my vibes is something, and you see what I'm saying? And that's how come you got to really analyze them kind of levels there as far as big man. I ain't asking you if you could get you, if you could do any stupidness you want, if you're gonna do it, you know. I'm asking you, you think you should be allowed to have this much? Even now, when we look at what going on, we see in a situation where he's saying that we got consecutive prime ministers who just grabbing for power.
Mm-hmm.
We right now one of the things what happened today, the unemployment rate gone up today, you know, but not in terms of Nevis, because the Nevis man then had another job, so them man now get
Yep.
to focus on real job. You understand? But them
Well,
say it man,
well,
the
well,
unemployment rate gone,
well, well, Alan, well,
you
Alan
know,
one get to focus on currency.
well these things. I think journalism. So you know they got a private thing to deal with now.
But man, I waiting for the clip, man. You know what I mean? Master Control, you tell me to me speaker down. I don't know if you go hear me properly now. So let me know if you go hear me properly and run some clips. You know what I mean? Let me get some sort of gesture. Yeah, some sort of feeling so it could take me back. You know? Why? Some people get some decent fire in daddy, but maybe we want a decent
The
fire in too.
protracted absence of the Honourable Sean Richards from Cabinet over the past 91 days is a major breach of the oath to which he swore following the June 2020 general elections. Such prolonged absence is a dereliction of duty that is both inexcusable and intolerable. During this time, I have exercised great restraint in an effort to bring resolution to the matter. I could not, however, do what the Honourable Sean Richards requested, that is, direct the police to alter a police statement.
Hmm. Alan,
Yes.
Alan, you go hear me, right?
Yes.
Alright. I go finally take off my shades now. Yo, you see what listen what he's saying on 91 days, you know. So that mean basically 3 months the man in shop and getting
Indeed.
paid. So that mean all them ain't shop for 3 months. So he wait till the 91 to submit whatever.
No, hold on, I'm gonna stop you because I know let you go which part you not got to go. He that was focused to Sean Richards.
Oh, the
That
deputy.
was on Sean Richards because remember directly we know he said Sean ain't turn up since like February. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
Sean first I know he has not. Yeah. I think he went on to deal with the other ministers in a separate part of the video. But the part of the video there, what he do is you see he try to deal with Sean Ollie again. In terms of saying he could not do what Sean instructed him to do. Which is
Mm-hmm.
and okay, okay. And I mean it's not to say it's a new tactic. I mean, you hear it every election. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you, this election here is going to be about all of these people telling you they are the moral one. That is going to be one of the things that they go with. I am the one who you should give the responsibility to.
But
And that's how
Nevis,
come I was just talking about you got to be aware of I can just do all I wanna do. There is some kind of limit. What should I do? Not what could I do? What should I do? Because I think that is a good question when you're considering somebody integrity.
yeah.
Because I could go down the road and bang off somebody and take off their thing, but we're living in a civilized society. So what
Mm-hmm.
should I do? Go ahead. Sorry for cutting you.
Ain't no problem. Um, I just was saying like so so in part of Minister Brantley, you know what I mean? So that mean no pension, they ain't qualified.
Well,
Well, Mr. Brantley personally.
I would have to read the language. I would
It is
you have
my duty to inform you that
somebody.
since the submission of the undated letter to His Excellency the Governor General, which he received on April 21st, none of the CCM representatives and only one of the PAM representatives have attended any meeting of the Cabinet. Yesterday I asked His Excellency the Governor General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, to remove the Honourable Sean Richards from the office of Deputy Prime Minister. In his stead, I have advised His Excellency to appoint the Honourable Jean Hamilton to the office of Deputy Prime Minister. The Honourable Hamilton has been steadfast and responsible in discharging his duties as a minister of the portfolios assigned to him. I have also asked His Excellency to revoke the appointment of the Honourable Richards as a Minister of Government and to reassign his portfolios to the Honourable Eugene Hamilton. Deputy Prime Minister Hamilton will now have conduct of the department and subjects under the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Posts and Urban Development that had been previously assigned to the Honourable Richards. I am also to advise that I have asked His Excellency to revoke the appointments of the other ministers who have thought it fit to disrespect the sacred trust that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis place in the government following our very successful general election campaign in 2020. As a result, the following individuals, namely the Honourable Mark Brantley, the Honourable Lindsay Grant, the Honourable John L. Powell, the Honourable Alexis Jeffers, the Honourable Eric Evelyn, have been stripped of their appointments as ministers of government.
Yeah, but I want to say something. I want to say something before all of that. You,
Yes.
you believe him could read good? You believe him is good at reading? We have evidence of this.
Um, I know whoever your advisor be is very fine, thank you. The
Okay.
advisors are the lawyers, the spokesperson, whoever whispering in his ear.
Then again, I take it back. I only question it because you know that there was tape. You know that there wasn't live.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Okay. I just started with a do it live. But as far as what he said, my breakdown of what he said when he talk about them man, you don't know. That's like ayo, the ungrateful ones. I don't know how we go. Eugene, I like your style. I like your style.
Eugene is the winner. Out of all of it, Eugene is the winner, you know? Eugene, watch
For,
out.
for,
For me see Eugene show up at the Pam fun day in a white shirt. Be like, pass, this one look right, you know? And the pan
Eugene is the
360,
winner. Eugene is the winner for what, 90 days?
90 days of winning.
Let me answer a question.
Yes.
Especially before I get into this thing. Like, how is this gonna affect like a promoter? Knowing the events that are going to be held in these next 90 days. Because listen, I would like to tell the Prime Minister something, right? Right now, you come up on this thing now and you threatening to crush a very lively time for Harvey, you know. So, as a
But,
promoter, this thing affect anything? Now that we know this, we gonna have meetings and anything.
well, the thing about it, who votes the vote? That's all, you know? Who votes the vote? So, meeting starts 7 o'clock, meeting done by midnight. What time people don't go out for party? No midnight? No, the same midnight they
Yeah,
just go out for.
all
So,
right.
it's just a prime up. So, who votes the out? Somebody in the comments there, Ayona do say, Eugene need to rest his weary soul. I ain't gonna tell nobody rest the weary soul, you know why? I been tell Douglas go rest the weary soul, I be thought Douglas me not go crazy. And see you now, I been not tell Douglas, oh, you need to change the leadership. I be thought that was the problem. And because he been not tell Abby about the same TIMO, what he know, what fire 3, 4, 5, 6. You understand me? But me want to concentrate on 9, 10, 11. You check it out, the solid 3. Yeah. You understand me? And look what happened. You understand me? All the time we had opposition there, Patrice, you know what I mean, for 20 years, never fired. You understand me? You
And
went in there
punch him.
too. Uh-huh.
Guy. No, guy.
You
What
went
happened,
in,
right?
you went in, you get
Because
you went in,
I
get
know I was harsh. I know I was harsh, and I was it was a stupid move. And I want to qualify why it was a stupid move.
talk to me.
What safeguard was there for Nevis? I hear somebody break this down. He get all the powerful ministries. He get prime minister. We know the prime minister. We know the power that the prime minister have. Shift up the cabinet positions. We understand all of this. What safeguards was put in place? Even if you don't get the man who got the least amount of seats, the prime minister. What was
Vote for shut up, boy.
negotiated? You just gone with the man like us. After the farmer, after as you said, the farmer prime minister telling you, yo, Timothy Harris, not a good guy.
And everybody feel like he will not go crazy. He need to done. You know what I mean? He done do 20 years and whatever. Okay. He do what he had to do. And you see what Douglas post and say? Can I get a wow? Can I get a wow? Can I get a wow? I I see people went live and Ted Douglas them apologize. I sorry I cost you Uncle Doggy. You
See,
did warn us. And
man.
see where you come to. Me and you here talking about this situation. You know what I mean? Look at the situation. Did 9, 10, 11 get involved in? You understand me? NRP never get in this situation yet. But 9, 10,
Um,
11 did.
but Jason also based on what is taking place in St. Kitts, Nevis is gonna be involved in the next federal government, regardless. Because, okay, even as awful as Timby, right? Even if
Mm.
you still gonna got to say number 7 gonna be TIMO now, and then if you're gonna give number 6 to Labour, and you're gonna still say Sean gonna keep his seat, however he does get it though. That means Labour would got to whoever else gonna got to win the rest 5 seats to get in, and that's why I'm saying Nevis is gonna be one.
Mm. But how me see it
And
right now?
and the premier is letting you know that Nevis is gonna be involved in a kind of way he gonna be Archie and they're going with Pam. And Pam
All
showing
three,
you is yeah.
all three double jeopardy. I must say, Nevis people not even know no better neither because they're not even read the constitution and only read what he said and feel like at the gospel. So then again, you know what I mean? So it's like do as I say, not do what I do. So you can't even count on them. You check what me I say? Because everything what he says is the gospel and nobody do no reading. You check it out, so whoever opened the museum down Sim Daniel, they need to put the constitution in there too. So when they go touring, they read it out there. Yeah. Wherever you got Nevis historical sites there, they need the constitution right there so you can read them, so you go get in your brain all the time. So nobody could tell her no foolishness. You check it out? I go run with it, right? Because up to today, I was talking to somebody on Facebook, hear them. Oh, we only do it for the kicks. Mr. Boy, is your child, your child future in them hands, My child future, my kids future, etc. You know what I mean? These them things you can't take for joke nowadays. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh at certain things, but at the end of the day, we got to come to some sort of conclusion, man. Yeah, we gotta come with a philosophy. Yeah. And we don't work out construction or whatever investment in Nevis out of the question right now. You know what I mean? It's about getting the power now. Yeah, the power ball. And we
Um
rolling.
well, how we gonna get that power and what we gonna do with that power is now going to depend on these politicians. And as I tell you, I, watch out, Jason, you know how disastrous this thing will be. The premier was getting ready to vote against the prime minister what he put in and still want to
But
get it and still want to stay in. End up get fired. This man turn Abbey right now into a joke. And still somehow CCM is still in a better position than NRB.
and you
How how,
and
how you
here the
get
few
you with that?
but he owe me I said to Alan. You understand me? He lose he walk down a Singit and still fighting to go back down a Singit, walk down a down a dominoes. You understand me? And you don't learn by memes. How can you not give memes the little help too? Go fry some fish at the morning time. Men can cook. You prefer
No,
run down a single half a Domino's, a franchise, a worldwide franchise. Help what little memes now. Memes only got one spot. Branch off memes to now, down a single to now. You know what I mean? Let me make jokes now. You know what I mean? Let me make some jokes. Carry memes down a single too. Yeah. And then you don't eat a Saturday time. You go water, whatever, you fry fish or whatever, have your conversation. You know what I mean? Under the mango tree. You and your boys them. You know what I mean? Let me expand memes. Now you're out of work now. They will expand members on Sink It. You check it out. Domino's not a franchise. Yeah. We busting jokes
Yeah.
right now.
Uh, and you see, he not out of work. Cause as I telling you
We
now, he could focus now on the actual job that I think he have, that is the more important job to me, which is he's the premier. Cause he deal with Nevis specifically. That the job what me concerned about, and so the fact that he get fired is not necessarily a bad thing for me.
well,
But
Devon Cornelius, hold on, Alan. Devon Cornelius, you have nothing federal to ask him about the next press conference. You have to keep it local. It's plain and simple. So that out of his hands. So the next press conference, you can't ask the guy nothing about Sink It.
no, but really and truly the premier's uh, the premier's press conference so mistake. You go ask the premier, you go ask the premier anything. You go ask the premier anything. Remember the premier
About
representing Nevis. Eh? Nevis is a part of Singis.
about
You
the
tell it. Okay. Okay. That's like you telling me the mayor of Florida going to a meeting and I can't ask him about America. I must go ask him about America. Florida in America. Suppose something going on somewhere in America, it might be relevant.
but sometimes when you think people smart, right? Yeah, some they only look smart because they get laughs, you know. You check it out. And when the reality hit, you know what I mean? This is the reality right now, you know. You check it out and everybody right now, everybody playing the black Brad or whatever. Eric and Alexis shame like a dog right now. And he just a gallivant it. But when he go home and lay down in a bed there, you're like, boy, me can't believe this happened to me, you know? What me gonna tell these people who me promise investments or whatever, you know what I mean? What people worldwide gonna look to me as, knowing the fact that the Prime Minister still is in control, you know? Because the thing about it, when you deal with certain things like that, as a minister, a good name is always better than a bad name. So if the Prime Minister got the hands on, like for instance, MSR media, you know what I mean, and all those type of people, you check it out, like how that gonna look, you know what I mean, knowing the fact that MSR media supposed to do in filming and singing. That's just a small example. That's just a small example. Me I talk about a small $100,000 example.
Jason, let me talk to you about real life, right? You know, so you know, for example, when you get a bite, right? You get
Yes,
the touch, you go around your partner them. Now, when you go around your partner them, no, for ladies it's different, you know. Ladies get together and they are supportive of one another. You understand? So there's
mhm,
like they help each other get through this thing. When you go on your partner, nah, that kind of thing, now, you know? A boss joke, them and a boss joke on you, and you got to get through that. No, no, you know when you first get them, he hard and so, and you put up your little front like I said, nothing do you. But Jason,
yes.
you're hard. And you ain't gonna tell me the premier ain't hurting. The premier does like to know that he could get called from like the secretary of the United States. You understand? And tell you he was there and he went to a meeting and he ain't got none of them there. None of this. When you call the office of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, you're not gonna get Mark Bradley right now. That's what you're telling me. And he ain't
So
hurting.
as of tomorrow there will be jaw dropping moments.
Um, it's not gonna be jaw dropping moments. I ain't feel like he processed it yet, you know. Based upon some of his reaction to it, I feel like he's still internalizing it and
Yes.
he walking out in his head. Oh my god, I got to get the energy to do it now. I still got local election again. Oh my God. And I
That's a lot of
mean,
energy. That's a fitness program right there on a whole. That's a mental fitness program on a whole. Yeah.
and is
You
and
like
it's two
having a
different and it's two different strategies, and he also gonna got to bring, because as a listen, I don't take back the fact that last election I say, based on what CCM was coming with, that sound more reasonable to me than what NRP is saying. That sound realistic based on what it is they are trying to achieve. And this election, I mean, right now, as we speak, I'm getting ready to hear. The first thing I got to hear is who is these NRP candidates. But I getting ready to hear what plans they're gonna come with. My mind might change because the circumstances of 2020 is not the circumstances of 2022. And so,
of course.
and not only got to hear because I don't hear from the premier now. Well, I would have hear from the premier and I would have hear from the farmer premier about what they could do for Nevis. And I would have seen for 7 years that ain't happened. So I not
Mm-hmm.
only got to hear from the premier this election, and I think this is an important thing for people to understand. When these people come to campaign to you in a federal election, especially, don't ask them just what they're gonna do. Ask them how exactly they intend to do it.
Yep.
How
When
they
they tell
gonna
you
do it.
dark farm, when they
They're
tell you
gonna
dark
come.
farm, ask them we and how and when.
So understand something. Because, okay, 'cause first of all, any politician who gonna come to you and he don't got what, he can't tell you what he doing. That's a waste. That fish. You know got no idea, no originality there. So you're not even got to
Mm-hmm.
waste time on that. Ah, and I'm gonna tell you this so that some of you out there, you could use it as an opportunity. You may be able to mold this. You understand? And I'm not talking about in a superficial way. I'm talking about you might be able to better your community in a some way. If they come, like, I mean, it's very hard in this time, but genuinely, you understand, and not, as I said, to
And
just to do something superficial where they could take a photo up with you. But they're
well,
gonna
along
generally come with what? So ask them how they're gonna do it, because the premier don't come and tell Abby what he gonna do, and he ain't do. So how he gonna get
well
it do
along
this time? That's what he gonna answer. Got it.
well along the work wasn't hard until today, you know.
Which one?
The federal job wasn't hard until today. Because, like for instance, if Sean is the deputy, you know what I mean, and he wasn't showing up for cabinet for 91 days, as the prime minister said, you know what I mean, he work wasn't hard until today. Because now he go work extra hard to get back the power there, you know?
Well, you could say he's back in the position he was before 2015.
And as for the premier, you know what I mean, bring him over, work a weekend time, 3 days a week. You know what I mean? I could stimulate ideas. Well, I fry fish, comments.
But as I tell you, this is gonna be a whole thing. Uh, because okay, and you know what I could tell you where you gonna come down to that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt about it. For the upcoming election, the premier is gonna have lovely suits. He is gonna have some kind of blue shoes that he think are amazing. There's gonna be the briefcase and the unveiling of some kind of thing, whatever. It's gonna be all of the regular thing. He might get a blue belt or some whatever. You understand? It's gonna be the regular thing there. But after he done do all of his thing and the fireworks done gone off and the music done play and all that big jinx, and he gives us the amazing word salad, because don't get yourself fooled. He gonna be a word salad and he gonna be the best word salad you ever hear. Ask him,
Well,
Mr. Premier, how are you going to get this done? What
and
exactly? And it can be, we don't want a contract this time. We don't want a contract. And especially if you got any contract, let enough first. Let the people sign off first. That's how we gonna sign off. So when you get the X,
and
that's we sign on the contract.
Alan, I don't want to say this
Mhm.
too. I don't want to say this to you. You know what I mean? And this give me a kind of memory of Sunday school. You know what I mean? Like for instance, a lot of people don't understand, does read and do not understand. So people, especially the politicians, them who are going out campaigning as of tonight or tomorrow. If you, sometimes these
This
people, sometimes
happens
the
this
people them,
afternoon.
some you got people out there do not understand. You check it out. So sometimes you gotta give them the breakdown of what's happening. You know what I mean? As to relate whenever the premier mega post, you know what I mean? And they feel like that's the justice of it or whatever. You know, no, you have the constitution. This is what the constitution says. You know what I mean? So you gotta read things to people if they don't understand, because some people only run with hearsay. You check it out. So read it out to them and show them the facts, because you could photocopy it and show them. So when I doing our campaigning and home, what they call it, walkthrough, they call it a walkthrough, right, Alan?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they ask questions and they need the education about it, give them the education as well and let them know, hey, this is what this said. So does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to Tom, Dick, or Harry? So at least you know whatever he's saying or whatever is relevant or not. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody only gonna run with the hype. You check it out and feel like, but yeah, you know. But when it come down to the constitution, the fact of the matter is it's right here, already written. You check it out after you give the people them the proper breakdown to the understanding. You check it out. I might not say things how Alan say it. I go say it in my how I normally say it. You check it out because that's my level of saying certain things. You check it out. His level of saying certain things is totally different from mine. So we have two different crowd base. You know what I mean? I may be based on the streets. You know what I mean? You're based on the heights. Who knows? You know what I mean? It's vice versa still. You get me? So when I campaigning, educate people the same time still. Let them understand. Yo, at this hour go on. You get me?
Um, Jason, let's see. By okay. The premier would have made some posts this afternoon. Well, I didn't agree necessarily with everything that he would have said in, like, I think the first one. It was
Yes.
regards, so he was saying only two representatives sought a compromise, whereas one man decided he wanted to mash up unity. You check? And then he had another post where he would have said this was the first time in his life he was fired and the regular word salad, blah blah blah. So after that now, he then had two kind of more, I guess he would say, light-hearted posts. You check it out, and he's like, people taking this thing for joke. And as I saying, the first two, I could take them or leave them, but the tone what he tell them was, that's a that's the tone of a leader. You're assessing the situation, you boom. The last two, that was Donald Trump. You check it out, that was the Donald Trump shit. And especially like even the one with the governor general, when he was talking about, so you're telling me, 6 could write a letter and we get him out, but 1 could go and the 6 are be get fired. That one there, and it spring to my mind because you're talking about the need to go and be educating people. Jason, when I read the post there, my interpretation was, yeah, I want to catch eye because I'm stupid. I don't just see 6 more than 1. I want to know how that could happen. And that's how come I start
Exactly.
off and say, he knows the understanding of the Constitution.
Yep.
If he don't know, he fucking up himself. What kind of job he really doing? You couldn't get through. You could not get through. There was no possibility. I don't tell you. Them people who gave you that opinion to say you could, they get your money. And sometimes we have these sunken. Jason, you never spend money on something, and you had a wish you didn't make that purchase.
Of course.
But you
But
don't.
guess what?
But you don't bitch about it.
But the most money you spend is when emotions involved, you know?
You know what I'm saying? Up to the other day, I've been think about and change what me buy. Years now, I not see that there. I've been remember the money what I spend, man. I've been tell myself, I wonder if that still the buy. Cash will go like go around, no. I wonder how much that they want. But here what happened? Me ain't going to ramp up the place and look who everywhere who see which part the thing go. You understand? So that one there,
Yeah.
that post they specifically trigger me off because it's like, I know it's very easy to make it sound like 6 is more than 1 and we in a constitution. But within the
Mm-hmm.
constitution, not a constitution, we within a democracy. Within the democracy, we still have rules. Even we know you as the premier, you are the one who set out the portfolio up here. Nobody could take that away from you. That in the constitution, and he would use the constitution to defend the right there. He not the right there because he got it as the premier. But then gonna just put up this here. So you feel like if the rest CCM ministers were to the deputy governor general now, he gonna get choked? He ain't gonna get choked. And you know why he ain't gonna get choked? He gonna use the same president that is being used on him right now. And which he know. So what we doing? So
Continue
man, really
posting,
know
man.
know if you're gonna get a part there about trying to educate people. Because and this is like how come long time I start to tell you about this is political theater.
Yeah.
We watching the movie, wait till everything done dead down and the dance done now and watch you see who are clean up.
What you
Watch you
see
see
who
who
map
are
the
help you.
flows.
Watch you see what going on. Watch you see who keeping this thing going. And who come and who take picture and who gone home and who good.
Well, the most important part, who spend? You forget about the spenders, man. You know what I mean? You can't leave out the spenders.
Yeah, but like it's very hard to calculate at this time.
But Alan, you gotta think about the reality right now, no? And the reality is, within 19 days, there's an election, no?
That's what I'm telling you.
Like,
Well,
that's the
within
reality right
I,
now.
I would say within 89 because he said he sent it yesterday.
Okay.
Remember he said he sent these yesterday, and this was tape.
Well,
So 89.
you, guess what? You understand me? I am coming back home and I ain't paying no bills. Who pays bills on the election here? You crazy? Who does that? Nobody pay bills on the election here, not me. Drink you. I left in my water. I contributing water to the hot bath as of next week.
When you say you're not paying no bills, what do you mean?
Who pay bills on the election here? You
Well,
crazy?
big man, whatever you owe down here will be collected, you know.
I don't pay bills on the election here. You walk out
Them
that
are,
after the election with whoever, but I ain't paying no bill. As a matter of fact, I calling my kid's mother tomorrow. Yes, I'm tell you, do not pay not a red cent. They need you. They need you. The, the tab is open.
how long from now you think we're gonna hear when it's the day? When do you think is a good when do you think is a good day?
I hope it ain't close culture, Amado. Because well.
Listen, this is what okay. Let me break it down for you and tell you what is on the line. As far as I have been able to gather, you got Topiks coming up.
Yeah.
You got Music Fest. You got 5 in 1. You got Culture Armor. Let me watch here. When I hear this thing, this is a disaster. That's how come I ask you about like as a promoter, how you wanna watch this, you know? Especially like for them people that who got them events.
Hey, as a promoter, one thing the promoter has is popularity, eh? And what politician like is a popular person. You check it out. So if one person as a promoter is gonna pull in 5,000 people, you understand me? That's basically 5,000 votes if you look at it. I'm just saying, you check it out. That's 5,000 people above the age of 18. You
Well,
get
it's
me?
not five. Watch here. It's not five
Uh,
thousand votes. It's 5,000 eyes. Yeah, yeah. Listen, you know what I'm gonna tell you something? Because I tired of these people feeling like just because you're watching the thing that you are them. You understand? I'm
mhm.
looking at your information. I'm absorbing your information. I'm hearing what you got to say. Okay? That don't
Alan,
mean me or you.
Alan,
That don't mean
Alan,
against you
here,
or with you. But I watch it.
Alan, Alan, here's the strategy. Here's the strategy with the promoters and the election. The election with when you come in the gate, then man now on a regular ID, you know, them you gotta come in your voters ID boy. You gonna have to come in with your voters ID. No ID is valid right now in an election year unless you have a voters ID. You understand me? And plus, the person who you normally don't go by a gate is a CCM. You understand me? Oh yeah, Rosie O'Donnell. You know Rosie O'Donnell, the
Yeah.
superstar. She don't
Uh,
normally by the gate, you know.
I see people in the comments saying that they should have 2 elections in one. And while I am not opposed to that idea, I think the complication gonna come in. So we haven't got 2 ballots. You gonna need to have 2 ballots. And the way how people does get to somehow got me don't know how you go spoil an election ballot. The box is so big. Anybody who spoil that there, man, just to say, okay, alright. I just come in here, or let them man now come in here. But me not really come in here to do this. You can't
But
spoil
Alan,
you.
but Alan, I could ask a question, right? When the ECCB makes money, right? You understand me? They distribute a certain amount to Nevis and to Sinkets. How this go? Just to the banks them in part, just like in terms of the banks them.
I think they just look at they would look at the overall region, and then they would distribute it to the banks accordingly.
Well, you guys had 90 days to make some more money, you know. Just no money I got done, you know. And make ECB, watch out, ECCB, a machine going on hot within 90 days. You might as well stay 2 step ahead. You check it out, get an extra generator just in case current gone. Get an extra machine. Yeah, so I not go to keep no ceremony like how never no keep ceremony when I get new engine to produce power. Get it silently. Cause money I got done within 90 days. And me feel like nobody gonna get none in time of culture, man.
No, man. You gotta remember money electronic now, no? You got people right now, not even move with cash, no? The man just give the
I know
cash.
that.
Yeah.
I know that, but hear this, hear this. Who wants to be tracked? Who wants to get paper trail, man? You know what I mean? Once you got cash, you can get attached to that. This election
Mm-hmm.
is a cashy election. What story you saying, boy? Nobody want no wire
But
transfer. Get tired
I
them that. Get tired them all the wire transfer.
I think this is gonna be one of the brokest election where you ever see in your life. Big man, watch it, right? CCM in by okay, I would say like maybe last election is the first time like CCM like start to try again in terms of like putting up like big poster and them kind of thing there. CCM not really concerned about anything there, you know. Them man have a run a
No,
broke election, you know.
but hear this. You talk about them and around books election. Speaking of books, allegedly I heard is millions Shane down Sinkits. One man
Mm-hmm.
I get all of 15, 20 million. Who knows?
In
Yeah,
cash,
some
that
and
is not possible.
nothing. Well, we don't expect that in
That is
cash.
not possible.
I wouldn't
I
expect that in
used
cash.
to believe you.
I wouldn't expect that in cash, but I hear like all of $15 million.
Listen, ain't happen.
It's sacred to know.
Ain't
Yes,
happen.
I mean, because the customer here will puny $1,000 in Nevis, you know what I mean? That I mean, it ain't possible in St. Kitts.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now that did not happen. Whoever,
It's
te-
hard to
whoever,
believe for
te-
me too.
yeah, whoever tell you so told you a fancy story. 15
By,
million.
with, by, watch out, hear me say, if that is true, all I could say right now is wow.
Listen, that is a transfer that is only made when the job is complete. You know, that is not a chance. That is not for further this and that. You know, that means the job is done.
Like, all will be happening, we're not expanding enough to believe how real the election is right now, eh?
No.
Especially think it's
Listen, Jason, that's how come couple of weeks I tell you. When I think about it, Mark needed to let sink it people, stop the inner them confusion. Because look what this thing be right now. Sink it in a good place right now. You got to go down there go watch a movie right now, bye. I can't wear no orange. I can't wear no blue. I can't wear no
the man,
green.
but if the man hear you talk too hard and realize if I leave, the man say, boy, go stop up there with the tree. The man hear you talk too loud and he hear you how you talk, the man tell you stop there with the tree.
Yeah, I have to go down SK and all black. And make sure me say boy in here dollar.
The man say, but all the KFC pan line and let the boat bring it up. That's how serious the thing get. But hey, and the next thing too, right? We all take the prime minister late. A lot of us, I believe, especially those ministers, Mark Brantley and all the rest of them, took the prime minister for granted. You understand me? Prime minister was preparing himself all along. You check it out. I don't care how much people don't call him this and that and whatever, whatever. The fact of the matter is, he was prepared. And whenever he do something, is he come out with all and do it. He not come halfway. And I tell them, I tell I, I've been playing checkers all the time, checkers here and there, a lot of gimmicks. Yeah, I mean, the man come there and play chess, pass the crown over, shut down the whole game. Why you?
Jason, you want me to tell you how the Prime Minister might win in the end? This is the only way. the Prime Minister is going to win. If he's not gonna clear majority, and I have to go and read this, I got to make sure. But I want to believe if there is no clear majority, then whoever was the Prime Minister continued to be the Prime Minister. So
All the
me not know
time.
how
All the time.
me not know how that our hold. Especially if you win
All
back,
the
you see.
time. But Alan, all the time, the premier when I use out Europe, you understand me? Till he had to borrow from Siosla. And see you know, he out of Europe, not knowing the Prime Minister, me know they just a collect Europe. And
Mm-hmm.
every time the man leg a piece of Europe, you understand me? He come out with a whiplash.
You
So
feel like
every juice what this queen, no, no. Every
the
juice what
Prime
this
Minister.
queen, because here, the Prime Minister could have prolonged it, you understand me? And he came today and did what he did with full confidence. Choose all your
Okay,
poison now.
okay. Let me tell you something what I find mysterious about the Premier, right? We will see the Prime Minister come out and in his letter. He would have basically say, you ain't know anything about how to be a government minister. You doing your job is malpractice when you're doing your job. I have not heard the Premier come out and address any of this. The Prime Minister gone got to basically explain in the letter, this is how we come up with the budget and all this kind of thing. Me not hear the Premier come out no time and say, "Boy, stupidness you're talking." Me
Even,
only hear
even,
I only hear the Premier coming out and saying, he want power, he want power, he want power. Me start to wonder who he mean.
but Alan, even down to the Tintler or the pass, you understand me? I hear pass it. The Premier help pass it. Aye. You pass a joke, you think and no pass some more money for Nevis or more for Nevis or whatever, but you pass something for Tint. Aye. Aye,
And
Captain. I can hear you. Oh, good. Make sure go buy Mem's Pizzeria. Make sure I got fried fish and Johnny cake. Men can cook. Where you say, Alan?
no, as I said, me just I wonder how come. It's like, okay, you're not in a certain thing. A man tell you, okay, for my part, if somebody who ain't really know about cricket been a criticize me, me not really concerned about that. You understand?
Sure.
If it's somebody who know about this thing now, bye, then I might got to adjust the situation. And then when you're coming down to in the public, a man telling you about you ain't about your job and all your answer before this man. You ain't giving us nothing to say to refute this claim, to show me, Mr. Premier, that you not only look competent and you sound competent when you get up on the stage and you have your nice rhyming things and all that kind of thing there, but you ain't giving me the thing to refute this to show me. But yeah, I indeed am the competent minister who I know me to be. This man just, he only responds to Tim is by, Tim just greedy. Tim want power. Tim want power. He not answer back none of that there. I find that strange.
But Pam not even gonna understanding about leadership. If Pam had an understanding about leadership, Hamilton would not even take the position to be deputy.
By based upon, because I would have seen two things released over the weekend. First I saw one which said that Eugene was shown out a palm and that they already have another candidate and this and that. And the tone was more angry and disrespectful. Whereas then now, by the following day, there was a release and it was like we had a mutual parting of ways and he has decided that he will not be running.
But Alon, the party wasn't solid from the get go.
Uh, I, I
The
don't
party
think
wasn't solid from the get go, you know?
I don't think there was transparency. But watch out, my real thing is I feel like Labour won't win the government there. Really and truly. But it's still gonna be boy, they essentially would have to be perfect in the election. And that is very difficult.
Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to buckle up our seatbelt. If I never wear a seatbelt before, this is the time to buckle up our seatbelt and drive safely. And when I'm using a metaphor in terms of choose wisely who you're gonna vote for and what for. You know what I mean? Some I maybe go vote to $500 or whatever, but make sure my kids them safe too now. Make sure my kids them future safe too, along with the $500. You know, I'm not asking for your $500. I'm asking just do the right thing. You know, because you could get the $500 and still do the right thing, you know.
Right.
So choose wisely, as you say, as somebody say, you know what I mean? Not pocket above country, country above self. But at the same time, you know what I mean? If the pockets are empty, you know what I mean? Some people just got to go with the pockets.
I, uh, I think that one of the major things that we could see coming out of the unity, what I say, the unity experiment. I don't know how they come to experiment on a whole country, but they say the unity experiment. So we see that the constitution is lacking. And we see generally, because I would always tell people this, the constitution is not going to be perfect and answer every question. And because of that, the Constitution gives ministers the ability to make laws to fill these gaps. You understand? No, it has to be consistent with the Constitution, but they do have the ability to make laws. I said that because we have a motion and no confidence act, and the whole, I guess, the purpose of the act is a focus on the time frame when you got to bring in emotion and no confidence. But what we see now, based on the discussion that we're going on, we need to get clear understanding. We need to see things right in. If you are if you are a government minister and you can bring emotion and no confidence because you're a government minister, let me write down this thing. If you got to resign, let me write it down. If the prime minister go and you got to go too, let me write it down. But we see deficiencies in the laws and in the constitution.
But Alan, you have to love Timo because Timo keep one momentum all the time, you know. Safe a future. And he secured his future. That the first thing Timo did. Secured his future. You know what I mean? So the couple people where he has surrounding him, he make sure garnish them early. He make sure his surrounding is well garnished. You know what I
I'm
mean?
telling you,
So when it comes to a situation like these, you understand me? He know when to pull that plug and and to give warning, say, hey, this is what I did for you for 7 years. So what are you
fam.
gonna do now?
Okay,
What
Jason,
are you gonna do now?
yeah, me tell you, because I had to think about you this weekend, you know. 'Cause I was thinking about instinct. 'Cause I know you
Yes.
trust your gut, man. And let me tell you
Mm-hmm.
something. When you deal with trust your gut and instinct, it good until you meet something well a little higher up on the food chain than you, I hungrier than you.
Yep.
Can me feel like the premier is a man who deal with instinct, you know. Cause you know, it's 2 times. Them man don't try who say you can't drive down the road, drive down government road, and try
Yeah.
make this complicated thing and say, them man don't just come up with all kind of little. The guy don't just try things. You check, he's a trust you got man,
Yeah.
and I feel like too he's the premier in the get you. He walk up by, but he buck up now. He meet something a little higher up. You check, it's like he's a
Mm-hmm.
hyena, and it's the first time he meet a lion, and he say me asshole, but can't go deal with the lion there like that so. Me no boy.
Bye. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I gotta give Timo props regardless of whatever. You check it out. And I wish all ministers all the best, all opposition, all parties all the best. You know what I mean? Within this 90 days, starting on this down forward. And we're gonna
Boy,
keep going with whatever latest going on too, you know. We're gonna keep up with that too, eh? You check it out?
Jason,
So I hope a politician yeah watch the live and see what's going on too. We keeping up with you. And every move you make, we're gonna comment about it, good, bad, or ugly. You check it out because we're gonna commend you too. You check it out and we're gonna condemn you.
well, I would just like to say, Jason is talking for himself when he talking about he giving Timothy Harris props. Timothy Harris, in my opinion, your ass is a joke. You, in your legacy now, there is going to be some kind of embarrassment. But you see, what I wanna do is because I realize, you see, Jason, I don't see the smart games that is being played. Eh? I just like to see when things because okay, when you play team sports, right? Sometimes you see a man, he wanna inch away from the thing. The team lose and he wanna go and like I say, well boy, he do this little thing. So he not supposed to no. All I be lose. So you see the premier
Alon,
he like he wanna be like it's Timo fault. It's
but
on
Alon,
Timo. No, all I
but Alon,
embarrassment.
I just let you know, right? After tonight, right, you might get a call from 662 3000, eh? Depending
I
on
do
what you
not
say or do, you might get.
I do not know what that number is. Who number
So
that?
when you get that call, don't miss it. Answer.
I'm going to be busy. You know, after the show, I have a standing phone call, and I'm going
Of
to take
course, of
that
course,
phone now.
of course, of course.
Mhm.
Of course, and I like how the crowd is lovely tonight. And I mean, big up Emmanuel. Yeah, man, PIG, Delroy Carey. First time listening, and I love it. It's down to earth. Um, Judy Cornelius Webb, good night. For your country and your children's future. Learn Hartman, Timo. But the reason why I said, you know what I mean, like, I like how Timo does move in the tactic games and all those type of stuff. But at the same time, man, you know what I mean? It's a sad situation overall for both Sinkit and Nevis. You know what I mean? Like, but who's the architect for unity? Who orchestrated all of this from the get go?
Who
Alan,
was the author of the document? Mark Brantley.
who? Who?
We have the premier to thank for all of this. He had the vision.
Wow,
He had the vision what none of you had. He just know
wow.
that there was a way. He knew that there was a way, and he followed through.
So you architect something, you orchestrate something and still ain't get no power. After you come with extra power again. They say you come in on 10 volts light bulb. You understand me? And you go on live with a 40 now. You understand me? And your light bulb still blow. Mr. Moko. So your next electrician, that means something wrong with the voltage. It can't be the light then. Where you going to blame the electrician or the light? Or the wrong light you bring? Wow. Who to blame? I don't know.
And I want to correct something that the premier said too, because he said that the counting start in 9, 10, and 11. The counting for election in Nevis start in 11. Then he go to 10. and then I be gonna get 9 somewhere about maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. And his ass know that 9 gonna be the last to come in. So don't bother tell Abby not about 9. You are last, sir. We will know what is taking place with your last. Because somehow I have not figured out how to count less votes than Sinky got to count. Up to now. We not come up with no strategy. That is one of the things again. But listen, mate. I know we just do things how we do them. Me not even know how come the
Yeah.
votes and ain't got to move. I don't know how come we got to do this thing of no, we got to get them together or move them. To me, the moving of the votes only giving people more skepticism to say that more things could happen to the ballot and them rather
Yeah.
than the day. Lobby take a drinks break. Everybody gonna got eyes on it. Both sides gonna got a set of eyes on it. And then we count them right here. And we have some polling stations and we really think about the polling station. We get some catering and some kind of thing. I don't see that this thing is a hard thing. Whereas now we got a situation, election done, people not don't vote till after 7. Now we got to go this place, go pick up ballot. That place they go pick up ballot. That they only make me more skeptical. Left them which part of it. But I mean it is what it is. That's what the premier will say. That's the law is what the law is. You know, ask you that.
Mm.
What should we do? What would be more effective? What would have watch away, Nevis election? I'll be supposed to know what taking place by about 10 o'clock, no? By 11 o'clock, me supposed to be by somebody party headquarters and you know the ladies feeling happy.
Well, Alan, and as we talk about election and all that stuff there with votes and all that stuff there, right? Right now, yeah, Sammy, I predict, I feel like this will happen. This is gonna happen. I feel like all the protocols gonna drop, and the boss gonna do some flying in, you know.
Some flying in.
Yeah, some planes gonna come in, you know. Yeah, Lego all the restrictions. Come in, vax and vax. No quarantine. Come in and do the right thing.
Okay. While that is possible, right? I feel as though
And mhm.
wait the whole on I can tell you what I'm saying. When you look at the situation, no. It's just a simple thing, man. See. But when you look at the situation, and I'm grateful for this, by the way, to everybody out there listening. But when you look at the situation whereby you're there, Canada, and you could know what go on, people listen to us. They're over in the UK, people over in America, all over the place. I feel like more because this is what me I try to tell these old people, you know. Before time, I could have had election and I could have tell people this is what is going on. Right now, no. We just do so much of video calling and all these kind of thing. People just see what going on. And we transmitting information. That is the power I like doing this thing. So I see more and more how this bringing in people is going to be cause problem. Maybe I'm wrong for now, but all I'm saying is the information I reach out there. People in New York ain't as naive to what going on in Nevis as in the 90s. Not even as in the early 2000s. Right now, boy, you go call a man and tell him, boy, them man fix every road, this is that, and show he in live video. Them man a walk on the road, the walk finish and all that kind of thing there. So, for people to just come in and them and feel like it's just gonna go one way. I don't know. And then also, I feel like this election, people need to realize one of the things that gonna bring us stability is if we got clarity from this election. Because what we have right now, we got three combined to make one. To
Yeah.
get rid of not a party, but an individual, to get rid of Denzel Douglas. And we see that that collapse because like nothing was around it. It was just kumbaya, unity. That's why we build this thing around, unity. But there wasn't the branches around it to like keep the not even the branches, the roots down who keep the tree together. You check it
Mm-hmm.
out. So the tree just any little strong breeze come there. And long time I've been a team had a hurricane. In a team take no strong breeze. Only little good Friday breeze come and the tree don't fly along. Cause nothing been there. Them man just come unity and that's how come me say the premier is going to come now and he got some lovely speech right up and all these things and I need to know how. Can you don't go what? Tell me how, Mr. Premier. And please, if it's another contract, I need to know how double time. I need to know how and why we going with that there again.
Hey, hey, you think it easy, you work so hard, go up on hill, right? I only to go back down on hill because the easy go back down on hill, you know. The easy, you know, because guess what? The only thing you got when you go down on hill, pan and pedal bike, are brakes, you know. And if you don't got the brakes, dog dead with you, you know. Oh, because the thing about it, you can't pedal. All you could do is just let right out. And if you decide to stop all the brakes, your brakes will maybe so kind of squeaky going down. You know what I mean? But when you not get control of that there, you understand me? Somebody is going to take control. Oh, yeah.
And watch out. Cause I want to understand. This is not just all the Premier NRP. I would like to see if y'all still are going to be fucking around in St. George, for example. Let me see. Let me see. Who is the candidate y'all are gonna bring? Because I don't show me for local. And then you see, here what the problem gonna be, Jason. Think about this. Suppose NRP run somebody who I guess would be considered a stronger candidate for the federal election.
Yes.
What kind of energy me supposed to take from that going into the local nine that I run out there? Let me show you a different angle now. Think about this here now.
Yes.
You don't go ahead and push forward Rohan, not thinking federal would have been. Is Rohan feeling bad and thinking, bye? Look, I might have been able to run federally right now.
Yes.
Over number 10.
Well,
Yeah?
see what happened now. What happened now, right? And as we're speaking right now, NRP should be working out them as we're speaking right now and just listening what's going on right here. I mean, the show itself. You know what I mean? So anybody for NRP, you know what I mean? Yo, you see what's happening? You know what I mean? Get going. You check it out. CCM
Get
done and the
going?
ball. You know?
No, but you feel like NRP need to get going? If NRP was serious, okay, okay, let's be real about this thing. I'll be talk about this thing, we're watching this thing. For since the premier went to the PAM convention, I ain't an election keeping this in. I was aware. Cause when he got on there and talk about convention and all of this thing, to a gangster. You check, talk about convention and honor. and then want to give ultimatum to a G. No. So I in an election marketing this year. So how NRP not been now? How NRP ain't hear this thing this afternoon and use that as an opportunity to say, well, these are arbitrary. CCM done got the hammers them ready, yeah? I don't see people post up things and it's done, I mean, the regular chorus and the blue hearts and all these things. So how NRP get how exactly they get caught off guard? And if NRP get caught off guard, how was I supposed to take them serious? I don't got to go into this thing kind of skeptical. How me so? Around?
Left to be
Hard?
left to be seen. Left to be seen, man. You got
But
anything
listen,
else you want to prove with?
not really, but I just saying you gotta show me. So NRP,
True.
as much as things going on now and people are having a laugh at the premiere. By weekend and me see nothing from Ayo. Ayo kind of cartoony too. And it make no sense. Me want hear nothing about we're waiting for the Prime Minister to announce the date. No, that did not make no kind of sense. So
Nothing.
let me see
You
if
don't got 90 days. You don't got
let me
90
see.
days.
Let me see if I am real party. Time is ticking, tick tock. Tomorrow I'll be 88. Me only got
TikTok.
to get ready for little action when me want go now. Me only want the next holiday come. You check it out. You're on the clock. So let me see what I go on. If I am real party,
Okay, man.
there's a lot on the line.
And with that, you know what I mean? I just want to say manners and respect to everybody who tuned in. It was fun, it was great, it was phenomenal, and it was real. Just want to say special thanks to Master Control and you don't know Real Entertainment Network. Yeah, man, big up to the fans who are tuning in all the time. And I want to say, tune in to Whispers on Thursday, right?
Yes, Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday also, you know what I mean? That's the next show added to the network. And I think we have Real Talk Corner back on Monday again. You know what I mean? Maybe I might join in with the show once I got free time. You know what I mean? I'll be going to have a little walla walla. Yeah, because this is silly season. 90 days. 89, sorry. Right?
Yeah.
89 days and we counting. And we here without fear. Yeah, man. Special good night to each and everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Yeah. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot at the rock. And girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my lover, finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me. Think with your heart, don't think with your body. Clever. Sorry not sorry, sorry not Justin Timberlake, cry me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I'll be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to.